Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here, doing a review from the car. So it's not the greatest looking, lighting and everything, but I want to do it right away. I figured too, this is a good way to do a review right after I see him, so I make sure I say everything I wanted to about it. But I just got out of seeing the movie The Devil Inside, and basically I will say this is what the end of the movie was. After the, when the credits came up, this is basically what you heard. Oh, ew! Oh my God, that was horrible. Everybody in there was going, hooting and hollering how bad it was, going, the worst movie ever. And I'm not kidding, that's what you heard from everybody. And then people all doing like imitations going, that's the inside of you, Sarah. And all this stuff, like, imitations of things that happened. And I will say there is some unintentionally funny things in this movie. Mainly one scene when the one girl is walking and then this person all of a sudden just like looks at him like this. And there's no explanation for what that it's about or anything. But the movie basically is about this girl. I think she's like 28 now, and she's basically, in 1989, her mother killed two priests and a nun during an exorcism of that woman, and basically she was put into a found guilty but put into the nut house. So then she was moved to Rome, and there's no real explanation for why. So she's making years later a documentary with her and a documentary filmmaker are going to Rome to see the mother, because she hasn't seen the mother I think in 20 years, because after the mother was put away she never saw her again. So it's basically them going there, and it's looking into, first of all, this is done like a real documentary, like it's real, it's all actors and everything, but it's basically she's there going to this exorcist group where they teach about exorcisms and everything, like at the church or something like that, and she ends up meeting these two exorcists there, and they end up like she ends up going to see real exorcisms that they're performing and stuff, things like that. And it's all filmed, like I said, to look realistic. And there was the actors I thought were pretty. I thought they weren't like amazing, but I thought everyone did a pretty good job. A lot of people, though, like I said, really hate this. A lot of the reviews online are saying it's bad. Like I said, the whole audience seemed to dislike it. When I put up on Facebook about it, everybody said it was bad. But it's not horrible. I thought the exorcism footage, the stuff with the mother and all that, were really pretty well done. I mean, they actually had like a contortionist. I mean, it's a lot of the same. It's I think kind of similar to the last exorcism, but I thought it was done pretty creepy, the exorcism sequences. And I thought, just the way they did them, they weren't horrible. I mean, like some of the stuff, like I said, comes across a little bit comical. And a lot of people too are complaining about the ending of the movie. I'm not going to give anything away about it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. People are going, oh, it just ends. I think the way it ends, it kind of ends kind of like, well, there's not really anything else could happen here because of how it ends. What more could they do with it? It's kind of like it's over because of, the way it's filmed. I mean, I don't know. I'm not totally sure why everybody's saying it just ended. I mean, it ended the way it had to end. I do think it's worth seeing, though. I mean, only if you like these kind of movies. I don't know why, though, they always try and pass these things off like it's real. I think a lot of people, I guess, get angry or something that they do that. But, I go into these things knowing, if this stuff was real, they couldn't release this. If it really was, it's all actors. And I'm sure I thought, too, the main actors who played the priests that were helping her out, I thought they were both pretty good. I don't know. I think it's worth seeing. Like I said, if you like these kind of things, some people are going to say, I don't know why you like this, Sean. Like I said, it's not a perfect movie, but I thought the exorcism sequences were well done. I thought it was creepy. I thought it was good they kept it R-rated, because a lot of these kind of movies, like Exorcism Emily Rose, Last Exorcism, they cut them or make them PG-13. This is one of the few ones that, is actually rated R. Out of stars, I'd probably say maybe like 3 out of 5, 2.5 out of 5. I mean, not a lot of stars. It's not amazing, but it's not horrible. I mean, I've seen far worse than this. When people are saying this is terrible. Anyway, though, thanks a lot for watching, for subscribing. I'm interested in hearing what you guys think, and interested in hearing if any of you guys actually like this movie. Because from the way this audience acted, I mean, it was all this gigantic, like, whoa! I've never seen anybody act like that except when I saw the Tree of Life, which I agree with, though. I mean, these are even like, this was at an art theater. I saw Tree of Life, and this was like academic adults, probably all age 35 and up, going, ooh! And I mean, so I could understand that, and I'm sure people will be like, well, Tree of Life was amazing. There's nothing, I know Tree of Life is a really well done film, but I could see why they were making that noise, because because some of the sequences went on too long, and that's what can do it. But this movie didn't have scenes that went on too long, and had acting that wasn't great, but it wasn't god awful. It really wasn't. Compared to some of these other things lately, it's really not that bad. Anyway, though, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching and for subscribing.